Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Michigan here with probably the best replay I've ever had in my, quote, World of Tanks career. And it is in my, not new favorite tank, but my probably year and a half long favorite tank, the ELC EVA 90. And today I'm going to show you what this tank is capable of, even in a tier 10 battle. So I'm here platooning with Bottle of Bash in the E75 TS, and he's going to head up to the north. But I'm going to take my sneaky tank, in which I believe I had just put the new Bond exhaust system on it, which I paid 6,000 bonds for by completing, I think, silver in the Onslaught or the ranked game mode or something. I didn't play for a while. I was in gold and then fell out. I don't usually play it, whatever. But this tank has crazy camo, and I believe that my camo rating is up to 58% here. And I'm going to have to do a lot more than just spot in this game, and you'll see why in a moment. Now, most of the enemy team has decided to go to the north side. We're still missing quite a few TDs, in which there are 7 on each enemy team, 6 on each enemy team. So, and I know I can outspot this Blesk, so I'm going to work up on the high side. I spot a Hori 3, a 430U, and a UDES crossing. So if you look on the side there, we get a decent amount of assist. I shouldn't say a little bit in that Hori, but we only have a Kunzenpanzer tier 9 and a Miel, which is a Barask up there covering us. And the Barask is not really the greatest sniping vehicle, so while he may have gotten one on the Hori, it's going to be very difficult for him to get sniping shots on whatever I spot. So given that I have 58% camo, I'm willing to take a couple of gambles, even with that Blesk still in the unknown. Now, at this point, I'll just give you a little bit of an update on what's going on. The T-57 Heavy on the top side, and you're going to keep an eye on him, music complete, is going to be an issue, because while he's over-poking quite a bit, our TDs in the back aren't able to hit him. So, keep an eye on him later on in the battle. He's an excellent player, by the way, from GOAT, and we had quite an exchange after the battle. Good exchange. So I feel like at this point, I'm going to have to start shooting because there isn't a whole lot I can do. Now, the ELC EVA 90, and my ELC EVA 90 actually sacrifices some DPM to gain some better accuracy, but I think I have about just a tad over 1100 DPM at tier 8. And while that isn't very good, it does come in the form of a 3-round autoloader, which hits for 220 3 times with a 2.5 second inner clip. So within 5 seconds, you can deal 660 damage, and that is quite nice for taking out low HP tanks. Now, the accuracy is bad, the aim time's bad. This tank isn't great for shooting. So, see that I'm looking for the 416. That has the highest camo out of any medium at tier 8. So I'm just going to auto-lock, shooting standard rounds, and I'm going to get 3 in there. You can see a nice 667, and we're going to get a little bit of assistance off in exchange for 320. And luckily, I bounced a shot from the 430 there across the way, and I am just going to make a run for it. The Blesk was last spotted up north on the 0 line, so we can now account for him, unless, of course, he decides to leave. And unfortunately, the T-57 Heavy has killed my platoon mate Bottle there in the E75. So now he's going to hop onto my tank and try and help me out with some of this assist. Now, if we want to look at the game as a whole, zoom out a little bit, we're down by 2 tanks, and we're down by, well, now 3,200 HP. And we're definitely losing the north side, so I have to be really careful here. No idea how that Scorpion G didn't spot me, but because of how tight everybody is, normally if there were more TDs or more tanks on the 0 line, this Scorpion G would be having a hell of a day. But because of how stuck everybody is, and the fact that the 0 line is struggling a little bit just to maintain control of what they have, then nobody's really going to get a shot on that Scorpion, unfortunately. So, I'm going to lose out on a little bit of spotting. And so far, I'm at 667 damage. There's the Hori. Just trying to spot him a little bit. Maybe the XM or Kunz can kill him, but it looks like the Hori's too low. But I'm on 2,400 assist, which isn't really bad. But our team is now down 3 tanks, and still down 3,000 HP, as we get a little bit off on that Hori, bringing our spotting total up to 2,737. I'm really looking for some shots here where I'm not going to get lit, and you'll see one of the big weaknesses of the ELC EVA 90, which is, I wouldn't say it's unknown, but it's common among French tanks, is because you have an oscillating turret of sorts, and this one actually doesn't, but it has very bad gun elevation. So trying to shoot off a reverse slope can create some problems here, as you're about to find out. Look, I can't even get my gun up just to shoot over that hill, and I don't want to go up any further because I'm afraid of this Grom spotting me. So what I am going to do is just look for this Grom. He's going to take a hit there. And is he going to take another one? He does take another one. And if he backs up any further, right into the side, 175 pen on this gun, which isn't great. I thought I was going to get spotted. I was not double bushed, but just the insane camo of the even 90 means I don't get lit. Again, gun elevation problems here. So I'm going to move up here to this next bush. Again, I'm a little concerned about getting lit, but I do have the best camo and best spotting out of anybody left in the game. And now it's time for some ELC even 90 action. Just look at that aim time. So way out in front. The UDIS is the low tank, and look at that. We're going to connect 2 on there, bring our damage total up to 1,300, the 1 kill, and 2,700 assist. Our team is now down by 2,800, and at this point, I believe that Bottle is going to suggest that I go and help out the other side. Though, actually, nope, I stand corrected. So right now, I have to get my gun in the game, because just spotting isn't going to cut it anymore. Everybody's tied up in their own mess. So I'm going to go for the Scorpion G. Now, if I had HE here loaded, maybe I'd kill him, but I'm going to now have to get away from this. I fired all 3. I'm not going to be able to kill him. So now I just have to get out of this. Trying to juke him out, the Scorpion. And I don't know if he can't see me or what, or maybe he's lagging. Am I going to get out of it? Oh, the lag on that. That was pretty rough. You can see the spike there going over 100 ping. I know for some of you who are Australian and from New Zealand, you're normally playing on twice that ping. So props to you for being able to do that, but I struggle with it. So we get a nice roll off of another 660 off. And now Bottle's going to suggest that I ignore the Ho-Ri 3 and try and go help out our north, which is a great suggestion because if we can clear that out, it frees up the XM and the Miel to go watch the north side as they have a Kalana, a Skoda, and a Carnarvon AX bearing down on their side. So I am going to try and work on that. Now that Object 430, there's the Ho-Ri. He's never going to spot me. There is the Scorpion, and I'm going to make a decision here, which is instead of going for the 430, I'm going to just try and take a kill. And we're going to get it. I'm going to hold my 2 shells, I believe. The Ho-Ri will never spot me there in the open, but the 430 kills the Miel, and now we're in a 2 versus 6 scenario. The XM is down to a 1-shot, not the best situation, but all I need is these 2 shells to pen against the 430, and we will have that tank out and free up our XM. XM is now pinched, XM's dead, and we're going to look, double bush, there's 1. Lower plate, maybe? Nope. Bounce, and we got to get out of here. Taking a hit from the 430 for 428. Does activate. Oh, we just took one over the top. Get a little lucky there, and now we have to get out. So, we're down in a 1 versus 6 scenario against 2 tier 10s, a tier 9 and 3 tier 8s, and we are a 1-shot here on 107 HP. So, basically every shell that hits us, unless we get lucky and it takes our tracks out, we are going to get killed. So there's the Ho-Ri 3. At this point, I'm not entirely sure whether they're going to win the game. I get lit. I'm going to just go for the Ho-Ri. So my plan is I'm going to dodge. I'm a small tank. Ho-Ri misses, and he's at 990, so it's going to take me 2 clips, but I'm pretty sure I can get one off. We're going to use the auto lock so I can focus on my driving. There's 1, 2. Oh, we set him on fire. And 3, and that is the Ho-Ri down, getting a fire for 314. And now we just have to get out of here because we're going to start taking fire here in a second. There's a shell off to our back left. Hitting trees and fences are this tank's nemesis. Look how much it slows you down. And we are gone. Alright, we can breathe for a second. 1 versus 5. And you will see how well this game goes. Now, it should be noted that T-57 Heavy is on 7 kills right now that we were talking about before. Again, fantastic player. And we are going to have to take him out at some point. He is down to about 800 HP, I believe, so it will take 2 clips for us to clear him out. And there's the Carnarvon AX. He's coming underneath. How much HP is he on? He's on 752, so we won't be able to take him out with a clip, but we're going to get double bushed here. And there's 1. He knows we're here. Will he blind fire? We get a nice drive wheel. And 3 to blind fire it, and let's keep moving. I haven't swapped to my premium rounds yet. I'm not entirely sure why. But we do run food on this tank as we do on every other one. And now there's the Skoda T56. So I have a split-second decision to make. And I know that Skoda's cutting across the top side, so we can't go up there. He will spot us. We're just going to have to go low side and get in the corner. Now the Skoda is on 257. But it'll take us, again, as we roll for 220, it'll take us 2 shells to kill him. take a look there. Is the Carnarvon AX down here? I know we don't know if we hit that last shell. Shouldn't have run that tree over. That could be a dead giveaway. So there's the Carnarvon AX. And he now knows he's looking up. We're just going to risk it. And we get his lower plate. For now turning this into a 1 versus 4. Shkoda T56 has no idea where we are. There's 1 shell. 2 shells. 1 versus 3. Clearing out both of those tier 8 heavy tanks. We do take a blind shot. Not sure from what. There's the Kalana. This could be quite tricky. Now, I know that 430U, even though he's a one-shot, we're not going to pen him from the front, so we do need to get his side at some point. But it depends on where this Kalana is looking, because he will spawn us if we try and go back up on the north side. So right now, I have to wait for him to either leave or come down here. If that 430U comes down, the K-line, we're going to be in trouble, because he will spot us. So the most important thing we can do here is keep moving and try and take the fight to the enemy wherever possible. Right? Keep them guessing and keep them uncoordinated. Well, hopefully uncoordinated, depends. We still haven't seen that T57 heavy. So not quite sure where he is. There's the Kalana. The Kalana knows that he's been lit now, but he hasn't seen me. So he may think that I'm underneath. I'm not sure if he knows that I came up the 1 line. And you can see now I have swapped to an APCR clip, which have much better penetration at, what, about 215? As opposed to the 175. So there's the Kalana. I want to get double bushed here, but there aren't really any bushes for me to use. Trying to get low, but the Kalana backs down. Something hit the cap circle, so it's either the T57 heavy or it's the 430U. Now, I would assume it would be the 430U, as he's lower, but we also haven't seen that T57 heavy, and whatever it is, just touched the cap circle. So I'm not entirely sure what that was. We will find out in a moment. There's a Kalana, still doesn't know where we are, and I'm trying to get behind him enough, because we need to get 2 shells off. So if I try and hit him too easily on the side, there's one, low shell. Gotta aim these over his back. And just fire the third one. Missed all 3 shells. Luckily, we do have 2 more clips on that Kalana. Now, Kalana's coming over here. He knows that those shells came from the left, I believe. So this could be a little tricky. We will not pen that Kalana from the front. We also don't want to have to break our camo here to have to get to his side either. We already did that with the Hurry, and we got lucky. So I'm just going to keep him lit. Okay, he's coming for us. He's looking at us now. Does he know where we are? Is he coming straight for this? He's going to make a hard left. And we're going to use the bush. He'll be spotted for another 10 seconds. On the cap again. Kalana stops, luckily. He breaks the tree. There's 1. We got to aim this carefully. And 2. And reload key. That gets us our Top Gun. 4,482 damage. 3,000 assist. And turns this 1 versus 6 into a 1 versus 2. Again, where is that T57 heavy? 1 tank on cap. We're going to have to deal with that, as there's only a minute left on the cap circle. The 430 is a 1-shot. The T57 heavy is a 2-clip for us. So, and the battle is going to be over in just 2 minutes here. What is on the cap circle? We're going to come to the edge where we know that he can't spot us, and we can see behind the building. He's got to be back here somewhere. Where is that? It's on the cap circle. There it is. It's the 430. We can't quite pen him. Luckily, he turns aside, and we finish him off. Now it's just the T57 heavy. Is he AFK? We're going to go to his last known position, as he hasn't shown up yet. Minute 16. We're going to need... I'm reloading a clip right now. There's the T-57 behind us. Oh, he misses an HE round on our rear. He's at 930, so we are going to have to go in against him and get a clip out to be able to even have a remote possibility of winning this game. But again, this is a very good player here in the T-57 Heavy. So, and it's about a 28-second reload. I need about 4 to clear him, so this is going to be very tough. And he's a 4-round autoloader. So at some point here, I'm just going to have to go in or either force a draw. So I decide we're just going to go for it. Hopefully he misses 1 or 2. He's just fired 1, so maybe he hasn't pressed, maybe he's on the reload right now. Go for him. Where is he? He's right in front of us. Just auto lock, and we aren't going to be able to finish that one off. We just had to get, even if we had penned that, the chances of us, with 27 seconds left, we would not have been able to kill him. We decided we were going to just hope for an ammo rack or a fire, but no point in forcing a draw. T-57 had a great game. It shouldn't cost him his Radley Walters, just to make sure that we don't lose. A loss and a draw are the same thing. If we run away, we have no chance of winning it. If we just go in, maybe we get that 1% chance. Finishing with 4,500 damage, as we can see, and 3,000 assists and 7 kills. Let's take a look at the postgame. So, Watt replaces down, so we're going to use Quickie Baby's site, and hopefully maybe he'll review this game. We're going to finish with a Mastery Badge there, Ace Tanker, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Bruiser. We're going to get an Orlix Medal, which is quite nice in this tank, a Top Gun for our 6+ kills, and a Defender. We are going to finish top on our team with 1,290 base XP, top on our team on damage with 4,783, top damage in an ELC V90 in a tier 10 game. Not to pat myself on the back here, but that's a good result. Against a T-57 who we almost did the same amount of damage on, he did about 900 more than we did. And he got the 8 kills. Great job for him getting the Radley Walters medal. We fired 28 shots. 23 out of the 25 that hit, 23 penned. Not quite bad there. One was on the 430U, and one was on the T-57 at the end of the game. We got barely just 70 cap reduction points, or defense points there. So, exactly on par with what we needed for that Defender medal. We did make, with a premium account, 203,000 credits. Not bad there. And 6,243 XP. I hope you enjoyed this. Not sure how long it's going to take for me to release it. Maybe I'm hoping that this gets picked up by YouTube or not. So if you see this, it maybe has, maybe it hasn't. If it is, I'll link it in the description if you want to see a professional do it. And I should note that was a 2,900 win 8 game, which I am very pleased with. So thank you so much again for watching. Best game I've ever had. Too bad we weren't able to finish against that T-57, but great job to him. He's a fantastic player. And, as I should have said before, he actually had a package that was delivered. So, you can count that against the win. You cannot. Doesn't matter to me. So, he was actually AFK for a couple of minutes. And that may have affected it. But also, we may have been able to kill him, as he would have had to push out in the open to get us, rather than us having to push into him in the final second. So, let me know if you think that him being AFK helped or hurt us. But thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.